Hello everyone, this is Mehak Upadhyay. Welcome back to our channel. I am a legal intern at Lexis & Company. Today's topic of discussion is investigation, a step ahead to FIR. Whenever an offence is committed, the first step or the impulsive act of the victim, accused, or victim, his family, or someone on behalf of them having the knowledge about the offence is to get the case registered before the police officer. If it is a cognizable offence, the police officer is duty bound to register the case, but if it involves a non-cognizable offence, then the police officer is to write the substance of the offence in a station diary and then to direct the informant to the magistrate so as to file a complaint before him. What happened after investigation or after a complaint has been filed? The next step involves is investigation. What investigation is? 2H defines, section 2H of CRPC defines, investigation is a process to find, to collect the evidence so as to made up a case by the police officer. A police officer, it says that it should be by a police officer. Police officer can investigate a case with or without the court's order in the case of cognizable offence. If an FIR is registered, then he can start the investigation after obtaining a court's order. But if he receives the information of an offence to be committed, or there must some, or he found something suspicious so as to be sufficient to get a reasonable prudent person that an offence can be committed, then he can investigate the facts, and if any substantially find the facts and substantial elements so as to build up the case, he can get the FIR registered. So investigation can be done before lodging an FIR. Thus FIR is not a prerequisite to get the investigation done. In the case of non-cognizable offence, police officer can investigate only when he receive a court order from the magistrate. Thus, magistrate empowered him to investigate the case of a non-cognizable offence. Investigation involves various processes. What these processes are, we will be discussing one by one. First step is proceed the crime scene. When a police officer gets the information about the offence committed or is committing, then his primary duty under section 157(1) is to proceed the crime scene and to get the fact established, or to get the fact substantiated by saying what is exactly present at the crime scene. He needs to investigate, he needs to visit the crime scene so soon as he receives the information, either directly in the form of a FIR, or even even by means telephones, mails. If someone called him that so and so place a person is killing his brother, and if you would not reach, then it might be late. So the police officer duty is to visit the place and to prevent and to prevent the crime and to prevent the completion of the crime. So in the 157 bounds him to visit the crime scene, provided it gives two proviso. A, if the offence does not disclose serious nature of crime, then he needs not to proceed the crime scene, but he can register the FIR and can start investigation in some other way. No need to visit the crime scene if the offence is not at all serious in nature. And if the information received does not substantially build up a case, is not sufficient to register an FIR, then he need not to proceed to the crime scene. Even he need not need to register that case or register those facts. The other step is second step is to get the search warrant, or to search the house of the accused or suspected people. So while this investigation, while collecting evidences, he needs to search various places. He needs to search various private premises of people. So it's a private property, so he cannot trespass on them. So from preventing it, he can get a search warrant from the court to under section issued under section 93, so as to search the place for as a general search warrant, so as to so he can get evidences to build up his case. Other thing is arrest. During the investigation, if he found someone suspected of involving in the offense of or has committed the offense or the accused, he can get them arrested or he can get them into the police custody. Means he can keep them in the thane or jail. Thane, actually jail is a judicial custody, so he can keep in the thana. Next step is interrogation or examination. Police officer is at liberty to get the accused, get the victim and other witnesses to be examined or to interrogate, so as to record their statements. But the statement of these people before the police are not admissible before the court. So converting them to a piece of evidence, it is requisite that these statements are to be recorded by the magistrate himself under section 190, under section 190. Fine. Other step says the so, sorry, he visit the crime scene. He investigated the accused house. He arrested him. He recorded his statement. If all these steps substantiated the facts or substantiated the statement of the informants, get the satisfy the police that a case can be made from the pieces of evidence he collected, then he can get the he can get the case registered. He can get the case registered under section okay. He can get the case registered before the magistrate by filing a charge sheet. But if he satisfied that after this piece of investigation still no case can be made out, the evidences collected are not sufficient to convict the accused or to make a case against the accused, then he may file a closure statement before the magistrate. But he is required to mention the reasons for closing the case. So that's all about the investigation, a step ahead after the lodging of an FIR. Hope you like this video. Do comment and share the video and subscribe our channel. Thank you.